Right.
All
Okay.
right.
So
Fantastic.
That's
So-
fun.
So how about we
Hola.
take off the panda tags and start doing recaps?
Mi nombre es Tony Montoya.
Oh, well, we got
You
to
killed my
where
father.
Mr.
Prepare to
Toya
die.
is located now.
Yeah, where is Tony in the chaos?
Yeah, where is Tony?
I did lose. I did miss a week, right?
Yes,
I
you did.
I was gonna, after I got my new shoes, I was gonna go check out his place to see if he was there, but we ended the stream too soon.
I really sucks because we were in the hospital. Things was cool. We captured one of my rivals came up, and then
Ooh, things got a little bit heated.
Yeah.
After the last session.
A lot bit heated.
Yeah,
I had to
Heated
replace
is actually
stuff.
very appropriate.
indeed. That's why I said. That's why I chose it.
Mm.
in that case, I'm assuming you just puppeted. Let's find
Nope.
out what happened then.
No,
Nope.
We are about to find out what happens to Mr. Montoya.
I had to repair something. What are you talking about? Because of E3.
Right. So what happened, Carlos? Tony's memories will be as such. You see the food boys darting towards you, and it's just as you're waiting for whatever is around the corner to actually pop around, down, on the corner of that other corner. You see, it's like, best way I could describe it is like the video of your brain has glitched. It's literally the image goes black, white, staticky, and then you find yourself in a white liminal space.
Okay.
And you find yourself around you. You find Kouvo, you find Kemp, you see that lady cop that was there back at the warehouse, and you see that young girl that that came out of the warehouse. And you see a robed figure coming to you, and he talks about how if you've been having nightmares and dreams of things that didn't happen but felt so real, please be aware that those images were real. Someone is manipulating time
What?
in the city of New Orleans. And if you want your city to survive whatever the coming tragedy, catastrophe, I should say, you need to hunt down whoever's doing this. And the figure is saying, I will send you back to where I've collected you from. And them again, the vision in front of you kind of blackens, static and all that. And then, but instead of you finding yourself in the corridor there, you find yourself waking up, your arms above your head, and then you feel that ache in your shoulders as you realize that you're actually suspended.
Captured.
And then a lighter column just falls around you, and you see the rest is all inky black, and you just hear a whispering. And there's a voice saying, "Impressive that you were able to take this man from the gatekeeper without him noticing." And you
Second, repeat. Impressive that you were able to take this man
out away from the gatekeeper without him noticing.
He's talking to somebody else?
no. The gatekeeper's the one who took us into the white area and told us that stuff, and then he took you away from the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
Yep.
Where's the
No, fine,
key master?
But no,
You just have to find the key master.
fine. Right. Okay. Mr. Ghostbuster.
Ghostbuster?
Right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So the all right.
Separated.
Okay.
All right. I'm cool. I'm
You're
catching
separated.
now. I'm catching
So
now.
I'm just trying to remember the word I used from last when I ended the stream last night. So you then have and you hear the conversation go and then it ends and then you hear the voice that responded in the affirmative. It goes, Tony Montoya. I wish to engage in your slight change in how I said it, but it goes, I want to engage in your help. I want you to keep an eye on Mr. Kouvo. There.
Keep an eye on Mr. Who?
Kouvo.
Cool.
Colin.
Your friend that you've been running around with. His life will be in danger shortly.
I'm still out of it. Who the fuck are you and where the fuck am I? And why don't you let me go and I'll be a little bit more cooperative?
Oh, my apologies. And then you just feel the slackness of the train go, and you actually collapse to the floor as it happens. Because you are actually suspended.
Crash, tumble.
Yeah.
Who's this guy talking to me? Is a figure in let me see, what did I say?
You see a shadow, and it's like the suggestion of there's something in the darkness it's not human size that's bigger, right? You just see movement there, and you hear a scraping along the floor as something moves closer and closer, but then the sound and the shadow that was initially, to the best of your knowledge, like the size of a house, is getting smaller. The scraping becomes less until what you hear is a tapping of a cane and footsteps, and a gentleman walks up to you, popping into the light in, a suit. And you just see coming out of his mouth, it's just a wee bit of smoke there, like cigarette smoke, but there's no cigarette there.
Eerie, creepy, awesome, go.
And he's going, your friend, Mr. Kouvo, he wants to find me, but it's in his interest not to find me. But also because people know that he is looking for me, that has made him a target. I do apologize for my machinations. I wish I could have done a more politer way of having this meeting, but things are moving faster than I anticipated, and I needed to get your attention.
Well, you got it now, but I still like to know who the fuck you are.
Let's just say I'm an interested party in this city and making sure, just like you, making sure that certain elements do not gain more power in this city.
Interested party wants to keep things balanced, huh?
Well, I think you can agree there's been a lot of like if we go with what's been happening with the Voodoo Boys and their little gang war,
My attention.
they're, from what I have gathered from people who share my concerns, they have made me aware that they themselves, that the Voodoo Boys are not the ones pulling the strings. They are a puppet. If you want to bring peace to your city, you go after the men that, the people who are pulling their strings.
The voodoo men.
All right, Mr. Interested Party.
Mm-hmm.
Want me to go after the voodoo puppeteers and shit'll go back to normal, huh?
It will to a degree, or it will hopefully change the dynamic, stop it from going to where it might be going, which I think is somewhere that both of us do not want it to go, and hope either will return it to where it's gone. But I think that has passed, but hopefully we'll create a new dynamic that we would rather have than what they're wanting to create in the first place. You and your friend, Mr. Kouvo, you were actually, have also not just come across the Voodoo Boys, but I think you've also come across another element of manipulation by this party. Your friend Hernandez was asked to watch over Mr. Kouvo by a certain law firm.
Yeah.
Who the people pulling the strings of the Voodoo Boys are also pulling this law firm's strings.
Puppet Master, huh? Puppet Master got Hernandez killed. Well, that's enough for me.
They'll get
Mr.
more people
Interested
killed
Party.
if they're not dealt with.
Listen, not that I'm not grateful for the weird shit and getting me out for whatever the fuck I was hanging from. Where am I and where is my friends?
Your friends from the incident at the hospital has been resolved, and the abilities I used to bring you here have some limitations compared to what the gatekeeper was able to do. So I won't be able to return you to that point. Time has passed. It's now for you, in your perspective, it's now morning, okay, compared to last night.
Feels like I overslept and I forgot everything.
That would be an analogy, yes. And it's like, I will be able to use my abilities to get you back to your abode. And it's just as he's saying that, and as he's walking
What do you mean,
away,
Arbella? Go ahead.
as he's saying that, he's walking away, and there's just a flash of smoke, and you see in the small shadow, you hear a rustle of massive wings as a gust of wind hits you, and you wake up, and it's like you'll find yourself lying in your bed.
Chingado. Fuck, I'm late. I gotta go. And I'll let this information just wash over me and
Okay.
catch up.
Okay. Let's
Nice.
come to
Interested Party.
right. Let's get to. I think Do we have a volunteer for who wants to go next? No need to be jumping up and down, everyone. Right.
I'll let Kent and Colin go first.
Right.
That'll probably spearhead
Yeah,
the rest
sure.
of us.
Right. So, Kim, as you said, you had found yourself new shoes there. You remember finding that, dawning on you that throughout the rest of the night, that, Tony, while he was with you in that white liminal space, and the gatekeeper was saying that he would actually return you to where you are. Everyone else seems to return apart from Tony. Is Kent concerned, or
As I said at the beginning,
Mhm.
Once I got my footwear thing, I was
Mhm.
going to go check out Tony's place to see
Okay,
if he somehow got home or not.
okay. So
'Cause
are
he
you
certainly didn't come back to the hospital.
Yeah. Are you going to bet? So are you going there straight away to his place, or are you going to actually leave it a while and then come back?
When is it?
I'd say for you,
How long did that nightmare in the hospital last?
well, the sun had set. I think by the time you guys had left, I would say it was probably coming close to midnight for you. But I think you've got a guy that you can, who, if you give a call, he happily opens up the store for you. Okay. Or, for you to, get new clothes and all that sort of stuff there.
Napkins.
At least I didn't have to use a point of wealth to buy new shoes.
Don't give him
Oh,
ideas.
Oh, you're
Well,
giving my
I was willing to don't you dare be sarcastic, or I will make you spend wealth on those shoes.
Yes, the shoes have like rocket powered boosters and okay. And they're also a telephone. No.
They make you 15% lighter.
That's it.
You went
yeah,
for those
15%.
designer shoes.
No, 15% lighter, because that's how much money you've had to spend on them, and it's no longer in your wallet.
Strangely enough, credit cards don't actually get lighter if you use them up.
My wallet always does. Also, I don't know how this happened, but I used to be able to fit $30 worth of gas in my tank, and now I could fit a whole lot more money. I could fit at least $40 worth of gas in my tank. Amazing.
Your gas tank grew. Yeah, that's
Listen,
it.
Right?
I can
Anyway,
fit.
continue. I don't want to interrupt.
I can fit more than 60 euros into my tank.
I think I'm just finding out that Mr.
Yeah.
Kouvo,
In your case, Colin, it's actually a tank, right?
oh no, Mr.
Yes.
Allard, that's
well,
money.
Nighttime is my preferred time, so I'd probably head over there now and get there early.
So I find that you get there. The question I'm going to ask you is, do you have a preferred way of getting into Tony's place?
My preferred way would be the keyhole.
So
You're not that small, are you?
I was about
No.
to say, sir, you're not Ant-Man.
No, I'm not, and I also can't turn to well, maybe I can, but I can't turn to smoke and go through the keyhole. No.
Yeah. Give me how you want. If you're going to go and try and pick a lock, right?
Actually, just as a side note, Colin's
Mhm.
probably gonna show up at Tony's place before Tony does.
So are you envisioning you coming? You potentially just walking up, behind Ken as he's bending over,
That's an option if you want to play it that way. That's up to
I'm
you.
happy to.
Because
I'm
Colin
happy
is not moving that fast.
But I spent time at the shoe. I spent time at the shoe store. I don't know how long it took you to get out of the hospital, though.
I am happy to rule that's what happens there, right? Just makes it easier for me.
Yeah, but
Right. So the question I put to Kent is when you're trying to pick this lock, are you trying to, or trying to jump it, like when you're trying to do the door, are you taking a lot of care? Are you taking a lot of care with it? Are you
I'm
just trying
taking
to
care,
do that?
and I'm also cloaked. So you wouldn't recognize me if I'm at the door.
Right. Ignore that. This is I'm more
Yes.
focusing on how you're trying to get this. So you're
I'm not
trying
going to
to
kick the door down.
Right. So you're not going to right. Okay, that's what I'm. Right. Can I get you to do a focus roll for me?
Oh, I guess it would be useful if I actually had my character up, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be.
Kent
would be advisable,
Allard.
yes.
Tony, just out of curiosity, the door to your place, would it just be a bog standard door, or would you?
I live in a bad neighborhood. However, everybody knows not to fuck with Tony Montoya.
So is it the original locks and doors in this place, or have you beefed them up at any point?
Or is it more like
be one
that
of
there's
those bolts.
guys in the neighborhood that are going to go,
Yeah, that's the other thing. This is what I'm trying to figure out. What is Tony's security system?
As people, I mean, right
Reputation.
now, well, you guys are there in front. There's kids. Like, if you've ever seen that, there's kids like noticing you guys and like running elsewhere. And
It's
making
after
a phone call.
midnight, by
Hey,
the way.
there's somebody at Tony's place. So the kids are basically my security, and my front door is.
So this would be after midnight. So would there still be kids?
it's bad neighborhood, yeah. There's kids all day long.
I don't know the kids,
all
but there'd
day,
be
all
people.
night.
There'd be people.
There would
watching.
be someone
I'm
watching.
However,
I'm ready to click, but I
It
don't
being
know
at
if there's a
midnight-
difficulty I have to beat.
It being at night, there is dogs for sure, so there'd be dogs barking, but there's a chance that you guys would can get unnoticed, but usually there's somebody watching. In the daytime, there's lots of kids and people watching, but nighttime there might be some one or two. You might miss them, so I don't know.
Right.
People generally don't notice me.
Right.
I'm giving you an opportunity for stealth without interruption, so go ahead.
Yes.
Right. And would you say this is just a normal door? There's
Yeah.
nothing fancy. Right.
Dogs are
Right.
barking.
So
though.
I would say 2 for the door, +1 just in, so difficulty of 3 just in case there is maybe someone watching.
1 for the money, 2 for the door, 3 to get ready, and 4 to score. Never mind.
I like that.
Negative 1.
Oh my god.
It's as you're doing this in your phone, and you're here going, the lock picking lore surely made this look a lot easier. In the wrong
The
one.
video.
And it's like, as this is going on, I say, Colin, this is when you arrive at the door. You probably have your own like comments on Kent's lock picking skills.
Well,
Maybe
well,
we should-
well. What
Oh.
do we have in here?
Hi, Colin. You wouldn't happen to have a key to this stupid door, do you?
No. What are you trying to open it with?
This is wrong tool.
Yes, clearly. This is an alloy lock. That's a master key. That thing is for regular American locks. I arranged Tony to have a alloy lock. Nobody knows how to use those in these spots.
I think I'm actually going to use one of my stupid wealth things to get one of those the tools that locksmith used to like they
What,
they
just the
hold
gun
push
it?
the trigger three times and the lock unlocks.
Oh, the speed unlock thing. The 1, 2, 3, it's unlocked. But it's
Yeah, but like it blasts the lock, doesn't it?
No, that's like, for example, I locked myself out of my apartment.
Mhm.
I had to call a locksmith because the superintendent was who the fuck knows where. He said, "Yep, I can open it. $65. I have money inside. I can't pay you in advance. That's okay." Squirt, squirt, squirt. Oh, it was open, and I gave him $65, and he left.
Yeah, thank you for helping me rob this place.
Yeah. Well, given I
It's
already knew
your
where the money
share.
was.
How do you want to be paid? The TV or the sofa?
Well, there was another hint that I lived there. It was like my laundry. I had my laundry. I was coming back up from downstairs and realized I left my keys
Yeah, that was a
inside.
decoy. You just stole somebody's laundry while you were at it.
And it was winter time, and I wasn't wearing shoes.
You just left your shoes and all the other incriminating stuff
Yeah,
in the
whatever.
downstairs
Okay.
floor.
Yep. Yeah, so as this is
Unless
you're trying that,
Colin
you're
has a
all
key.
right. I don't think Colin's got a key, but I think as you do that, you go, all right, fine. Spin a well point. You put, didn't want to try this, just too easy. And then it's like, you pump it, and you just hear a click there. And the door springs open. And you are presented with a darkened hallway. Tony, how do you imagine this place?
It's not a good. If you ever, it's like a hood house. It's fine. It's sparse. It's very sparse. I don't have a lot of possessions. TV,
Bears?
but it's not the cleanest. Dirt. It's not the cleanest. Long hallway. Standard beat up couch. TV up on the wall. Lots of. There's if any decoration there is, it's weird Hispanic artifacts. Almost look like Christian symbols and Azteca things, kind of like voodoo protection symbols, things like that.
Okay. Is this? Do
No
you
guns or
imagine
anything
this place
visible.
as being like? Is it just a ground floor, or is it actually got a?
One store, entirely one floor.
Is it one of those shotgun houses?
I don't know what that is.
You can shoot through it with a shotgun. That's all.
I see.
Very very cheap, very thin walls, and built in the second floor.
I'm
It's
not
a
asking for a
two-bedroom.
fight. See, I am wanting to preserve people's property.
Yeah.
Property.
Yeah, we're not testing whether or not we can shoot through it with a shotgun, but I'm just asking if it's that style, like cheap as possible.
No, not almost there. It's a two bed. Yeah, it's almost like that. It's a 2-bedroom. I forget what the kind of the home styles are that have like the whatever very standard American style 2-bedroom. 2-bedroom.
I'm guessing like the
room.
bedrooms at the back.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly correct.
So
A couple of
Yes.
empty beer bottles on the table.
as you're both kind of walking in,
Tony, are you in here?
And the big dog, my big Doberman Rottweiler, is in the backyard. Gonna make it easy for you guys. And
No,
if I
no.
recall correctly, Tony doesn't get woke. Doesn't he wakes up in bed the next morning? So you guys, right? Am I correct? You guys are here before I wake up.
well, morning
We'll
is subjective.
see. We'll
Morning is
see.
just after midnight.
Gotcha.
There.
We'll see what the game master decides, because we are wandering into the house, and first of all, calling for Tony.
Yep.
And does Tony respond?
There's no
Tony
response.
is
There.
still freaked out. Let's make this easy. Tony still freaked out from having just woken up. Reaches behind his pillow, grabs a gun, and when he hears you calling out, Very nervous.
I told he's been it. Yep, but he's.
He puts the handgun away and just relaxes this is the weirdest fucking night. What are you doing here?
Oh, we don't know what happened to you. Last time we saw you at the hospital and suddenly...
When is it? How long ago was that?
6 hours?
6 hours.
Did.
When he wakes up, his accent goes away.
It was, well, yes, because
It takes a while to reacclimate to the accent.
Yeah. That was only a minute ago for me. I think I was magically transported away and sent. Somebody mentioned something about time magic.
Time magic?
Did I just? What did you see? What happened at the hospital? I don't remember.
The voodoo boys came around the corner and they were looking back as if something had really scared the shit out of them.
A woman. I remember a woman.
Yeah. It wasn't really a woman, or it was, but it was the one that had been turned into a...
Oh yeah, she killed the dog.
Yeah, she's the one who killed the dog. Which
Not
really
anymore,
pissed off the other guy, but she revealed herself and a fight ensued where we thought we were victorious. The old silver bullet didn't seem to do anything, but the stake through the heart seemed to work. But then when we went to get rid of the body, it came back to life again. And just as we were trying to throw it into a incinerator, or whatever that thing was called.
We did.
Well, after it came back to life and we killed it again.
That's what I get for letting the amateurs try it.
So then we removed its head and burnt the body and the bloody sheets. It did make a big mess, though.
Caramba. And I missed all that?
And you missed all that, yeah.
See.
Hello. It's crazy. What happened afterward?
Just a little sidetrack, but came here to see what happened to you.
Yes. The cops cleaned up the place.
Wow.
Luckily, I'm old and senile and nobody cares for me.
And they didn't see me leave anyway.
Well, let me tell you what happened, what I remember. Oh, the boys, the woman, and Flash.
Yeah, you went with us to the first place with the gatekeeper.
Colin,
remember that?
At this point, Colin walks to the...
That's what I need to refresh from the gatekeeper. Or talk to me about this.
Colin walks to the fridge and grabs a bottle of beer for Tony, tosses it over, and one for Kent. Takes one for himself.
Well, while that's going on, fade away.
Perfect.
We're going to go to Calista. Calista, you've done your initial report. Captain's suggested you get the day off there with everything that's happened. It's a question of what do you plan on heading to your place and just getting some sleep, or are you going to be doing something else?
Well, I've got my files at home, my wall, my murder wall, as I call it, with all the information about my mother and her death. And I noticed that there is a correlation. There's a correlation between the murder of my mother and politician that was murdered.
What's the correlation that Calista is seeing?
The ballistics match.
I would say if you're going to be making that determination, that's going to be a fate point spend.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, how many fate points did I have to begin with?
Well, what's your refresh?
2.
So if you had less than 2, it goes back up to 2 because it's a new session there. If you've got more than 2, you start at that number and you just...
Well, I used my last fate point.
Well, so it's refresh. So if you're at 2, you refresh to 2, and so you're down to 1.
Okay.
Right. So, okay. So you're looking at it, and it's like you actually start looking at it there, and you're starting to notice, like, the commonalities of it's same type. It's the same type of bullet, same type. Everything's pointing towards the same type of gun there. You kind of pull a few strings to get someone to actually have a look at the pictures on both of them. And he's giving the going, look, until I get the actual physical bullets to check them, I'm having to go on the pictures here. I'd say there is a possibility that the bullets came from the same gun. Yes.
Bullet, the striations are exactly similar.
Well, as I said, I'm doing this off pictures here, right? This is so I would need for me to be able to give you, able to say, put my reputation and like go to like say a judge or anything. I would need the actual physical evidence there from both cases. But I would have enough to suggest be willing to suggest that there might be a commonality there to at least have them investigated to rule them out as being linked there. Though I just find it weird because it's like the case that you're talking about is a cool case.
I don't tell him the case. I don't tell him.
Oh, no. But all right, so what he says, right? You're saying this is from another case.
Yeah. I'm not telling him what case.
Right.
I'm just saying, because this is my...
No. Right. But the way he's looking at it, he's just going with, well, the thing is, the only thing I would say that you've got to take into account is if these are bullets that have been actually documented, they've been logged in the system there for both cases, and they were from the same gun, then the system should have flagged it up that they were a match. If that's not happened either, the bullet's never been properly logged into the system, one of them, or you've just got 2 bullets that are potentially using a similar weapon, and they have some similar but not exact match striations, or it could be the same gun, but there's been alterations to the barrel. So, of course, we're not going to get an exact match. There's so many variations to this there. All I can say is just, if this did not, if one of them got tested and if the other case was, if that had all been fully documented, it should have pinged. If it's not pinged, either it's not been properly documented or you got two separate bullets, just two that look similar. But at first glance, I say you've got, it looks similar enough for warranting a double check, at least. But it then raises the question, which one wasn't properly documented, or were both not documented?
Well,
but I just find it weird that if there's pictures of the bullets, why are they not on the system in the first? That's quite. It's too late. Too late in the night for this.
Thank you for looking at it.
No.
And I hang up and I'm like, what is the connection? What is the connection between this politician and my mother from 20 years ago? Same gun.
Mm-hmm.
And why wasn't her ballistics logged? Why wasn't it in the system? So Callista's thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And so she starts her going through all the notes, all the witness. That's basically how she's going to be spending her night. Is going through the old statements, and then she's going to compare it to the statements from the murder of the politician and see if there's any people that correspond that are in both cases.
Okay, just one thing. Can you give a bit more detail about your mother? What did she do?
Well, Calista was 5 years old when her mother was murdered 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so she really didn't know that much about her mom. She was, her father was on the police force.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Calista has her father's name.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother was a mistress.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't really, Calista wasn't really favored by Dad. Mom, I think, was she worked as a waitress.
Right.
And, one of those places.
Right, okay. Kind of like a mom and pop diner sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And so the only memory that Calista really has is of her mom always being there. Her earliest memories. It's like if she cried, if she was hurt, she would take time off, she would go to the hospital.
Okay.
So all she knew was no, not adult establishment. No. All she knew was comfort, mom, and that's her memory.
No, okay.
But the mom and pop restaurant was in the gang area.
Right. Okay.
Wait. Repeat this about the mom and pop, the gang area?
Yeah. Turf wars. There's got to be mom and pop restaurants there and under protection from, with the gangs and mafia and all that stuff. Protection gambit.
Rackets.
I mean, that's it. Racket. So who knows who she pissed off?
Or she just came across the wrong thing at the wrong,
Oh, she pissed off your dad.
Could be. Could be. Don't know. But Calista is not close to her dad whatsoever.
Another question is Papa still on the force, or is he retired?
He's still on the force. When her mother was murdered, he took her in, but he never treated her. He already had a family. So
you come in there was proof of his infidelity.
And so he was always tough on her, tougher. She didn't really have familial love in that environment. So she was really tough. She's a tough cookie. That is how she ended up with an attitude problem.
Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna move over to Asra there. So you'll just spend the night probably maybe with a shot of something in your hand as you're just looking over the murder board, just sipping away as the camera fades away and comes to, Asra, where, her and her dad are finally, the car that they've been driving in through the streets of New Orleans is finally pulled up into their garage, into the garage of their house. Doors sliding down and the doors close on when her dad just turns to her and says, "Right. So you said, my dear, that you got video of the attacker in the hospital."
I have the recording from the time the warning went out to just after the pretty detective left the elevator.
What detective?
Our favorite detective.
The one with the eyes up here?
Oh, and by the way, the reason I moved the video was because I kind of was antagonizing the captain from the security office. But I didn't think you wanted him to know that your only daughter actually knew all the codes and knew how to get around the hospital. So I did say I was one of the 4. You don't need to know I got in.
No, I am not throwing away good employees. There will have been an unfortunate hacking incident, and the captain, of course, was talking to the hacker.
Yeah, I made it look like it was the hacker.
Yes, let's just leave it at that because I'm not sacrificing good employees.
Hey, what do you expect? It worked, right?
Oh, so you do realize, when you say one of the 4, that one of them is your godmother.
Yes. I know it's my godmother.
Other one is me.
Yes.
Yeah. The other one's head of security. There.
And then head of laboratory, which is currently without a position right now.
Well, she's also on mat leave, the woman there.
I could easily just go into her computer and say her kid got a hold of it and hacked it. You've been wanting to get rid of her.
No, she's just because listen, dear, when you run a business, sometimes while you might not get on with the staff, it's still in the interest of the business to keep them there.
Well, I kind of ordered the new incinerator underneath her scripts that are in the system.
Again, there's been a hacking incident. Everything was done by a malicious actor.
You should just say that she was actually the one that did order the new incinerator, and it was just a backlogged.
But then I have to pay her more money to get her to agree to that. With that story. If I actually, because let's be honest, someone without authority got onto the system. That is hacking, correct? I'm just obfuscation of the fact that it was my daughter.
Yeah, might want to look at the video and realize why I reordered the incinerator while we were doing that.
Yes, why was the incinerator? Why would you be needing to
look at the video?
He just pulls out a pad tablet.
Look at the laboratory video I have saved there. And you tell me why I reordered an incinerator immediately.
He does the right thing. And that's all he's going to say. With that.
Now you see why I said I ordered it under her name immediately. But it made it look like it was backlogged in the system that they needed to put it in.
Complete. This is going to be.
I don't know how to explain the rest of it, but I thought to take care of the.
No. The issue is we're going to have to find a way of dealing with the remains, and he dealt with the threat, but it's having the remains to be found and investigated by the authorities is not in our interests.
No, but I'm not going to explain what I saw before that either, because I still can't figure that one out. But I think in also the best interest, it kind of covers up the detective a little bit, because I don't know who the other people were with her.
No, it gives us grounds to. It gives us something in our dealings with the detective, because it's something that she probably will not want revealed, or she's going to be. The fact that the cops are not knocking on our door right now is suggestive that she's probably not discussed this, and it's going to be something that I think our dear detective is not sure how to discuss.
I don't think they have realized that the tapes have been already switched, and we have already alerted that there was
they're
an
not
issue
going to
with
know.
the cameras.
You think anyone who would have the skills to detect that, they're not going to work for a city pension? There's not going to be. There's not going to be the people that would have the skills to do it. They're not going to be interested in what's happened here.
Yeah, but at the same point, I did as much as you guys would have done in that office that night.
As I said, I would rather you leave it to security to handle and not dirty your hands.
I didn't mean to dirty my hands. I was making sure there was a lockdown and nobody was going up. And also, I thought you'd be actually proud of me that I made sure that even though they went the wrong way, I made sure they didn't get into any of the labs. We might want to move half of our operation out of the lab, just to say.
What they found there's not of that much. I know I make out a lot of what we're doing there is very important, but dear, sometimes you ever heard, you know what magicians are all about. It's all about misdirection, and it's as he's saying that he just pulls out behind you a silver coin behind your ear. Oh, you should be washing your ears a bit more, dear.
You do know you stopped doing that trick when I was 5 years old, as she redoes it back to him.
But this is the thing. The hospital's misdirection. I do not mind people looking there, because what they'll find there is what I want them to find there. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Them seeing that video, that I do not want them to find. And the remains, that's another matter. But everything else at the hospital, yeah, they'll find things that, well, they will slap my wrist for. There will be a wee bit of potentially unethical medical experimentation. There will be, of course, a wee bit of tax evasion. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than what the authorities will expect in the first place. Nothing so major that will warrant further investigation. There, if it was actually perfectly clean, they would probably warrant more investigation. It's a delicate balance.
Also, I was nice enough to leave the video camera on a loop that looked like I was still in that room with Natalie. So they can't say that. Where did your daughter go?
Okay. Well, things are going to happen. I'm guessing you're wanting to understand what this is.
Technically, what I see, Asra looks at her dad and goes, "What I see is that body apparently was not fully dead when it jerked up, and then they did a Sweetie Todd episode on it, or Dexter's Laboratory. That's what I see." And this is what Astra is saying to her dad. That's all she sees is that and that it rises, and then apparently it wasn't fully dead. And she's using science, basically, that, the body last twitch or something like that.
When I used to tell you, those fairy tale stories, the Brothers Grimm and all these sort of things. Yeah. And then I would, after you were, sometimes you would, okay, don't get me wrong, me maybe reading from the Brothers Grimm's, in the less than sanitized versions that people get used to through Disney, and me telling you the original folk tales. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been telling you those at 4. I do apologize, dear. You know how I used to sometimes have to reassure you that there's no such thing as monsters, and that Daddy, if there was, Daddy would deal with them? Yeah, that's one of those monsters.
You're joking with me, Dad.
No. There are things there are things there. You know, people. So it's like people, things that are ancient, scary, but at the same time, they're scared of humans because of, if it was to be, yeah, well, they're powerful, they don't have the numbers, okay? Or if they were to fully reveal themselves, they would start a war, which would be devastating to everyone, okay? And these people, these things value the power that they've already hoarded, that they've gained. Sometimes some of the ventures that we've been involved in looking into is involved us actually coming across such individuals. Okay.
Asher walks up to her dad, feels his forehead and his cheek.
I am perfectly fine, my dear.
Are you sure? Because I might need to get Anara here. Because what you're basically saying that next you're going to tell me Jesus actually rose from the grave. And that, Lucifer is real too, aren't you?
I'm not going to testify. Unfortunately, I cannot testify to that because I was not there at those events to testify to the actual extent of those beings or individuals there. What I do know is a lot of people believe in it and sometimes believe is a stupidly powerful thing.
I understand belief, but you're really talking crazy. I'm wondering if you got into any of my stuff. That's how bad you are.
I don't touch your stuff for a reason. As I'm saying, there are things, and the reason why you don't know about those things is because I would like to think about it as I've done a good enough job of sheltering you from these things. But as time goes on, if you're going to want to take over, and it's up to you, you don't have to take over the family business, okay? Or if you do, you could move it away and pivot away from where I've led the company, okay? It's like but if you are going to take over the company and lead it, keep it in the same positions, I am going to have to actually bring you up to speed on certain things. There are, things there that defy what scientists will make you believe is possible. Okay? There might an underestimate, or actually saying that can't exist, is not going to protect you from them.
Astra's looking at her father, really looking at him like he has lost it. He's off his rocker. She's also noticing that the house sounds very eerily quiet on top of this. She looks, down at her Apple Watch. Looks at the time. They're having this conversation. All of a sudden, Dad sees her hands go up. 3, 2, 1. Bang! Something gets smashed. I think I better go check on Mom. As Astra leaves the room.
Dear, don't bring that. Do not tell your mum that I've had this conversation with you.
I won't tell her anything until you can prove to me that St. Michael's is real. And she closes the door.
Fair enough. Right. This is where we come back to our three amigos.
Yes, amigos.
That was really good.
Sí,
by the way.
senor.
Oh, sorry. This camera thing has been with me.
Everyone
Okay.
else,
So,
I sent you a message.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you got it.
Yeah.
well, that is certainly a tale and a half. It is correct. I am looking for someone. Should I correct something?
You done Mr. Interesting. Mr. Interested Party.
Yes,
What do you know? Tell me.
he's a dragon.
A dragon? What? Okay.
I've been looking for him for a good while now.
Were you about to say century? I know you
For a
look
second.
old, but
But yeah, I suppose I could round it up to a century.
What exactly are you?
Oh, I'm hungry. Never
Mr.
tasted a dragon.
Kouvo. If he's a dragon, then what are you?
Oh, I'm a human.
Alright.
you mean dragon as in those flying lizards that breathe fire, or is this another alliteration?
That
of
is
some
an
kind?
excellent question. Because it depends on the dragon I hear. But this particular one is more of a marine based, so I would assume it has some sort of a bit of something. Like, as in, like a fire attack sort of way.
Is
So it would be a firefighter?
Yeah.
No, is he like elemental? Like water, fire, earth, air?
Hello, Avatar.
Ether?
Mama Kita used to tell me about the power of the elements. But Mama Kita used to tell a lot of crazy things. So
Did your Makita also tell you about the power of love?
Mama Kita, grandma, you know. What did you say?
I was joking. Did you say your Makita also tell you about the power of love?
Oh yeah.
He taught your Mama Kita taught you about the most important element in life. The element of surprise.
AH on the periodic table. Ah!
Okay, so Mr. Interested Party is a water dragon. You are looking for
a
him?
dragon that enjoys water. Underline.
Like a whale.
I've learned that dragons are creatures of habit. Has been swimming in the waters around New Orleans for longer than humans have. I'm correct. So it's trying to catch it. Since I moved here.
How does one catch a dragon?
And I'm still working on that part.
Ah.
More importantly,
First learn your prey, then learn to cook it.
Ah, so
Then-
it's not catch, it's more capture.
Yeah, you catch your fish.
So you want to kill this thing then?
No, I want to keep.
You want to eat it alive?
Oh, not alive. God no. Cook it. Well, portion of it raw. I don't know the difference.
okay.
But I'm
Well,
not
let
in a
me tell
hurry
you
about
what
it.
is-
I can wait for another 10 years.
Saying the guy who looks like he might fall over and croak the next day, for all we know.
Tony thinks of it. You know, it's just every time people talk, he adds a little tick to himself. All right, rumored to be 100. Okay with living another 20 years. Says he's human. Okay.
Is obviously insane.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Kouvo. Let me tell you what he's told
Kouvo.
me.
It's K-O at the start.
Kouvo.
Oh.
Kouvo.
Yes, that's the way you... Excellent.
Kouvo.
It is very difficult for you English speakers. I approve.
En español es más fácil. Kouvo.
I approve that you make the effort. Sorry, I appreciate it. Yes, that's the word.
Mr. Dragon, he said that, first off, why did he pull me and not you?
That's an excellent question. Perhaps if he pulled me, thinks I would have attempted to catch him right there and then.
He knows that you are looking for him. Does not want to find you. He said he's just here to keep things in the balance. He said there is a puppet master. Pulling all the strings.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to off me.
Why you are not dangerous like these people. Mr. Puppet Master is controlling things. He hired the lawyers who hired Hernandez, who was looking at you.
Weird. Perhaps that's
That
a
means
tale we
Mr.
can
Puppet
follow.
Master is also looking for you.
What does he want with me?
I suggest we find out. 'Cause I got a bone to pick with Mr. Puppet Master.
Well, we could just go to the lawyer's office and say, hey, I'm here. You wanted to find me. Oh, I can go alone, I don't mind.
I would suggest going prepared, but yes.
Oh, always prepared.
He says you are in
Boy
danger.
Scout.
Your life is at risk.
Closer to Boy Scouts following my example, but you know.
Okay. So tell me about the gatekeeper.
What do I know about the gatekeeper? Let me just pick my brain up.
Give me an intellect roll, Wooster. Difficulty's going to be 4.
A 4, you say?
Yeah.
Check. I think I will say. Okay. The thing about this is that I'm gonna roll that. It's not very good, is it?
Right, okay. So you're not going to know a lot about him. What you do know is from your kind of adventures, you've heard of what has been called the White Council of Wizards.
Ah, shit.
And the gatekeeper is a position in it where it is a position in that council of immense respect and authority. And a lot of, it's basically whoever has that role is probably one of the most powerful wizards in the world because of the responsibilities that they have to deal with.
So Dumbledore.
Please, to make Dumbledore look like a
Dumbledore? Oh, I do not know this wizard. Who are you referring to?
Some dumb TV show
Gandalf
or something.
Would that be more of an appropriate reference for you?
Gandalf, yes. I remember that was the young yes, the young English
Author.
was a Bachelor of English something? Student of
Gandalf
English,
was a
yes.
story,
that one.
man. He was in that movie. You mean Madeline?
Ah, yes, Merlin. Yeah, I remember that one. That one's a bit older. Oh.
Did you know Madeline?
Ah. No, I did not know Merlin. I heard about him. I'm sorry, Merlin.
So wizards, huh? White wizards. Not like the KKK.
No, not like the KKK. Those people are just calling themselves wizards. But these white wizards, they are actually wizards with magical powers, unlike the KKK, who have the magical power of not getting arrested.
Well, we
You'd be
can't help
shocked
it
to
that they're
find
the
out how.
police.
Yeah, you'd be shocked to find out how and why. Or not shocked.
The magical power of gunpowder.
No, it's the magical power of you can't arrest yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Those burnt crosses are... Anyways. Rage Against the Machine.
Right.
Continuing. Okay. So this dragon is more powerful than the white wizard. I get it. But what did the white wizard tell you? The gatekeeper, did he give you any information?
The player doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
Something about dreams of remembering things that happened in our dreams that actually really did happen, but
we're in like in alternative timelines.
They didn't really happen to us now. They happened at a different time, and then time got reset, and then they didn't happen anymore.
That's a
But
tiny.
we still remember them.
He was saying.
Yep. Well,
Did I do a good job there, boss?
I have no memory of these incidents at all. There's only been ever one timeline for me.
Well, Colin, you've sometimes are sure you've had images of you actually, you know the idea of you actually, hunting the dragon and not, always being so close, but then turns out it's so far away. You're sure you've had dreams where, you put your hands on it. I mean, and the dreams were so vivid. I mean, you could smell the brimstone and the salt water combining and mixing and all that. The slipperiness of the scales as you try to grapple the thing. It's like you've had dreams, you've had nightmares, you've come across things. You've never had dreams that vivid before. You're just thinking, part of you is maybe been attributing it to the idea of you've been hunting this thing for so long compared to other creatures that you've hunted there where you've found them so much quicker. You might be going a wee bit mad with it, salivating at the thought of what dragon meat might taste like. So you've been, but when they're talking about these, you're now starting to wonder if those dreams were not dreams but actual occurrences when you did actually meet the dragon in real. Tony, you're having a conversation, them talking about, dreams, and you remember dreams of like hunts that were, hunts that were done, at different points in your life where it was, deja
vu first up. I get deja vu a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're getting, but also there's like stuff that after like talking to other members of the shows, that these hunts now, even though they all can go, yeah, we've had similar dreams, but we know these dreams never happened, right? Because you're talking about like you having like memories of like these kind of dreams, vivid dreams of certain members of the gang dying. But of course, that kind of happened because they're all there,
Premonition, gotcha.
But this is the thing, it's like you've always accepted there's the idea of sometimes when you go with boop in the night, going against these things that go boop in the night, you might get nightmares. It's maybe all understandable that you all have similar, you all kind of talk to Office Bean. You all have similar fears and all that. And the idea is like you might have had similar dreams, but as you all kind of talk to each other, you're all reinforcing that you've all had the same dream. But in most reality, you probably didn't have the same dream. You just had similar dreams, and you've talked yourself into thinking, oh, we must be just talking ourselves into thinking that we've had the same dream. But now, just when you're talking about this, you're not so sure because you're also coming across, there's been another dream that you've been having where it's basically the way you and the chillers were describing it was called the plague of blood, of people getting attacked, and after they're getting attacked and being infected themselves and going after people seeking out the blood of their next victim, and the city in flames there as the city fell apart.
Does that mean then it's gonna be real?
And it's, as you guys are all talking about these sort of dreams, can you then also remember, a dream of there actually being, walking into a warehouse and following a group of other people there, and one of them, of course, being the good detective, and finding row upon row underneath this warehouse, row upon row on tables, these individuals just laid out on medical tables with the blood, so what appears to be blood being pulled out of their body.
I having flashbacks to the previous season of Dresden Files by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Aha. So it wasn't real. It's all a memory that isn't there. Or is
There's a hole in your mind?
Yes, Babylon 5.
Okay. Okay then, yeah. Well then, that means that we are the three amigos, yeah? See? We are linked somehow.
Three amigos, three compadres, three friends.
Does look like that.
The same words.
Is this the point where Tony's security shows up?
I'd say at this moment, this is when you hear, the screech of wheels, brakes, and you hear doors getting slammed, and and it's like,
no, hey, todo está bien, hey, everything, it was cool, it's cool.
They see us all drinking beers and doing the shit.
They're
just through the door.
You sure? You sure, he say?
Yeah, sorry, friend, I forgot to. Todo está bien, mira. Vete, perdón, no sabía. Son amigos. Adiós.
Esto bueno.
Thank you, Hector.
And he's, and you hear them going away, and then there's like, and you probably will vaguely hear, going, what's it with Tony with the gringos? It's like, and they're like, and you just hear the response, like, after Hernandez, I think this is the way he's dealing with the grief. Just let him be,
One of them says, that would be a great new TV show. Tony and the Gringos.
Tony u Gringos.
Ooh, Ese and the Gringos. No,
Oh, muy bueno.
Chewy and the Gringos.
At least it's not the Golden Gringos.
That's not a bad idea. I want to pitch that show, but we need to get the name right. Tony is too generic. It has to be Chewy and the Gringos for it to really land. All right, continuing. Also, Ekted was 5 minutes late. In a note.
He was with his old woman. You interrupted him mid-coitus. How dare you?
Again, Tony's just putting a mental note. This is what he does all the time. He just mental notes all the time.
Right. So, right. As you guys so moving on from that scene, what are you guys planning on doing?
Talk to the lawyer?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Should we bring some lawyers of our own?
You know any?
They know the law.
Yes.
He probably has a law firm. Spend 2 wealth points for the law.
Spend 2 wealth points.
I don't have a law firm.
firm.
I have like a couple of lawyers for business. I have lawyers for
a wealth point for a lawyer.
Should I get into?
A lawyer for retainer, all right?
Yeah.
Ryder's got Allard's got money, so yeah.
Yeah. So as you're all talking about that, we're going to come back to Calista. There, one of the things you're just like looking at, and you're looking over the actual paper, over the actual papers, and there's one other thing that you find that's quite weird, and it's never actually dawned on you before, right? Until seeing it now, is on the politician Murdoch's effects, there was a business card for a law firm under the name of Oddfellow, Wooster and Frog. Yeah. But at the same time, your mom, you actually just noticed that in your mom's case, you found out there was an effect of there being a card of Oddfellow attorney at law.
Interesting.
A frog is missing.
And the Wooster. Might
Nobody
be
cares about that guy.
What time is it right now?
You are probably, as you're kind of stumbling a wee bit around, just a wee bit under the weather with tequila. Depending on how many shots you had, right? You're looking at it and you're just going, sunrise, okay. As it's like,
I take a couple hours of sleep, and then the first place I'm going is to
Oddfellow.
Oddfellows. Yes.
Yeah, Oddfellow, Wooster and Frog. Attorneys at law. Asra. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
One of the things you have noticed when you're looking at when you've been looking over the information, okay, of what was happening there, is that, what your dad was calling the monster seems to have come from the room of this victim called Agatha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there seems to have been a represent again. In the Fister chart, someone had signed themselves as being a representative of Oddfellow, Wooster and Frog, who wanted to see her.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh that loud.
Sorry, we broke the fourth wall because we were all still the same message. Asher sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Asher's pulling out her laptop.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to do her own investigation via computer.
Okay. So when you're doing it by computer, how do you envision you're going to be?
Well, making it look like the obvious look, like when was the place founded? When did the partners join? Go through that.
All right, so you're going through quite a meticulous way of doing it. Okay, call it. Give me a focus roll there. But how well you do determines how much information you pull up. Okay. So what you get is it's not like so what you're getting is they're not the most preeminent, but they're still a respected law firm. Okay. They have, they do boast, some well-connected clients. It seems to be the kind of fortunes of the actual law firm have kind of improved so from what you kind of gather, Oddfellow is still on there, partly for the kind of more like the connections, because he was born to know, family connections to a lot of the clients, but he's not really practicing law. It's more his young associates, Mr. Wooster and Mrs. Frog there that are actually seem to be driving the business. And this has really come about in the last couple of years, where they really have went from, just being there to, as a small, went from basically being small representation of kind of personal matters, for wealthy clients, to actually going, you know what, we're more than happy to run not just your family matters. We're willing to actually help write up contract law for you for your business, and now they're actually representing some of the bigger companies in the city.
So the way Astra's looking at it.
Yeah.
Every lawyer practices a certain type of law.
Yeah.
Usually with firms, if it's 3 of them, each one delves into one thing particular, but they all come together on one topic.
Right. So Oddfellows, his main was family law. Okay.
Inheritance, money transfers.
Yeah.
Like that.
So especially on the kind of contract end, inheritance, wills, trusts. Okay.
Okay.
When you look at, Monsieur Wooster. Okay. He's a corporation, corporate law there. He's actually classed as a bit of an expert on
Worst kind of lawyers.
incorporation articles. Okay. If you want to, set up a business, if you've got a question on how to set up the business to maximize, your profitability, but minimize your legal responsibility and tax burden and all this is the guy to talk to.
The worst. Wooster's the worst.
Yeah.
So let me take a guess on Mrs. Frog.
Yeah.
She would dabble in criminal and the law itself.
Ooh.
Right.
So she's, but it's
If you can afford it. Here's how you get it. How do you get away with murder?
Ironically, she runs a college course, and that is called "How to Get Away with Murder: Introduction to Law 101."
Okay.
Introduction to Criminal Law 101.
So the way I'm seeing this is you got family, you got corporate, you got criminal.
TV show.
Yeah.
What do all of them have in common? And Astra sees it clearly.
It's most of it is they all kind of specialize in contracts.
That's what I was about to say. Was that all of them deal with contracts?
Yeah.
So that's what they work together as a whole on is a contract, which, because of Astra's upbringing and business and law, Astra's like, oh,
so
my kind of people.
So it's not just as much about the criminal. So when it comes to Mrs. Frog, it's not just about the actual, criminal law. It's also about the civil chase up of, the damages to tort when contracts are broken, right? So she does specialize in that. So she does represent people when there is laws being broken, but her, what she's more famous for is actually,
Damages.
Exactly there. So she is more likely it's half the time when she's involved, it's more like when it's these cases where these guys got, people who have been accused of crimes that got off with it.
Wait. Can I add to this?
But she then takes them to court and they've been found guilty under a civil court instead, and they've had massive damages.
Is it when Enron floods the river full of chemicals and all these people are getting sick, that you hire Frog to protect the corporation? You hire Frog to protect Enron against the criminal.
Yeah,
so, like
she's always trying to argue.
Enron is a fictional company.
Yeah. She's always arguing that it wasn't Enron. It was a third party that misrepresented their practices to Enron, and that actually had perpetrated a culture of fraud. That any company, even the EPA, would have done these checks and would have thought that the third party company was on the up and up. So if the EPA couldn't spot this fraud, how can you expect a company to do the same, right?
Right.
So the way Astra's looking at this, and she's putting this practically together. Oddfellows can actually walk away at any point because family mixing with criminal, mixing with with basically politics. Those don't come up unless you're dealing with bigger families. Asra looks at her Apple Watch. Looks at the time. 3, 2, 1. Dad has just left the house. She's going to the study because she has an inkling Dad has an account with them.
Okay. Right. Can we get you to spend a fate point where we're establishing you know the schedule to a T of all your family members that you can actually be snooping on them like this?
I mean, how is that supposed to be a fate point? I've lived with them for 23 years.
Yeah, you're establishing as the fact that they are so they run like clockwork, right? You're establishing they run like clockwork there. So
Predictable.
Yeah, and the GM could have stopped it too. So
no, I'm willing to give you. I just want this fate point. I just want the fate point for it.
You know
so,
you do. So yeah, she's going to the study. She's going to go to her dad's study, and most likely pull out the deed or the will to the family estate, something that has the lawyer attorneys on it.
Okay. So
I'm avoiding spending another fate point because I know what I'm looking for.
right. Get me. So are you doing this quick? Like, so how are you doing this? Are you doing this quickly, or you take your time there?
Find it.
It would be literally. I'm not thinking it's on the computer. I know my dad. I know her dad. She knows her dad would actually have it, like a book or a binder or something in the study. Like it would be filed. So it wouldn't be like she wouldn't have to take that much time to look. So what would you like me to roll?
I think you're going to need to do maybe an intellect roll just to actually maybe find what book doesn't make sense, that out of his collection. I would say with quite a wee bit of while, you actually go, oh, okay. And you pull out as a very slim journal, and kind of what actually made it stand out was, unlike all the other ones, which were nicely, leather with a gold embossing down the spine there, this was just a plain leather journal, right? That kind of caught your eye. It's just, at a distance when you're looking, it doesn't, with all the other ones, you don't really spot it. It's only when you're up close, you realize, hold on, what's this? And then you've got, a few things, and it's basically, contact, a list of contacts and notes about dealings that your dad's had for a few select things. Okay.
Which I'm ignoring. I'm looking for a certain thing though.
Well, you're looking for but under your name, okay, though, you actually find what is actually a contract for your trust fund, or the actual setting up of the trust fund, the paperwork. Not Oddfellow, actually. Can someone give me a name of another company?
Evengal.
How do we spell this?
EVENGAL.
Yeah, you gotta figure out how to spell this, sir.
How we
EVENGAL.
No.
So
there's a UL at the end, just so it's pronounced Evengal, but it's Evengol.
Evangelical?
No, come on, guys. Odd fellow. Evengal.
Oh my God, amazing. Fuck you for that. Fuck you for
Armalad
that.
comes back.
Right. So it's Evengal. So we're going Evengal.
And that stole my lawyer name. Oh well.
Fantastic.
You stole your own lawyer name.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Yeah. So it's Hey, that's on me. That's not on me. That's on you, sir. So even Gal,
Even Gal Hitchcock and
No.
Bay.
No, it's
Smurf.
it is simply just even a gal. It's a big company and just
Wait,
using the even gal.
Even Gal, Hannaflor, and what's the opposite of a frog?
How about Evan Gal Smith and Smiths?
Toad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not really the opposite, but
Hey, we're trying to go all opposite here. So.
no. It's even Gal, Duster, and Tadpole.
Why Duster?
Wooster, Duster. Oh no, even Gal Hooters.
Even Gal Hooters. I get that one.
just a second. Wooster
Is a hooster.
What's the opposite of wooing someone?
Cat calling.
Stalking them. Yeah.
Stalking.
Stalkster.
Stalker.
No,
Yeah, stalker.
that's it. Even Gal Stalker.
Yeah.
Even Gal Stalker. Oh, that is good. Even Gal.
A bird?
What?
What's the opposite of frog? A bird.
Snakes.
Or
No, because they're reptiles.
Yeah. No, so even Gal Stalker and bird. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And it's spelled
guys, we got there.
STALK.
Let's type it.
HER.
Yeah, but you gotta figure this one. Someone write this out, please, because
The last one is Visual, because that's how they pronounce frog in French, I think. No frog, no, bird. Tasu, something.
No, we're gonna keep it simple in bird. Sorry. Kiss is the best. I love.
There you go.
Kiss.
I put it in chat.
Thank you.
Oh,
both did.
So even Gal Stalker and bird, you find.
That was in chat. Disappeared.
It's actually in a lot of your. And you actually also find a card for even Gal Stalker and bird. But what you find when you're looking over your actual. What age is Asra?
She's 23.
Right. So the one thing that you're just finding a wee bit unusual on this is you're seeing on the actual, on the actual
document,
there's because you never actually really thought about, you've got a trust fund, at a certain point that it's going to release and all the funds become available to you. Okay. But you realize that actually happens on your 24th birthday.
Next year?
Mm-hmm.
Or this year. When your next birthday is up, you will be 24.
Mm-hmm.
The way Asra has always heard the trust fund and the way it's been always talked to her, it was more her dad joking it, not her mom. Her mom would snarl, basically. She'd get something would get dropped or thrown. Anytime her dad had said it was based on a death in the family. That's how he would put it. Someone would have to die in order for it to unlock. So I thought it was back behind like a beneficiary or in a will, the trust. And there was no literal time limit on it.
Well, this is
When like your dad dies, you get the money.
Like my dad or my mother died.
well, there seems to be a provision for that. Okay. But there seems to be another bit where it talks about you on the it is a discussion about, the way it all seems to be pointing at, it seems to be suggesting when you come to the age of 24 there, or if beforehand, if you were to be married beforehand, you then enter into, the benefit of the trust. Which kind of throws you off.
I was going to say that.
Because there's nothing that you can remember with the way your dad's been talking and all this. And there's also like a wee bit about the proof, this, you're looking at it and it's coming up as quite, the way your brain's looking, how fucking medieval is this contract? Proof of consummate? What?
Looking at it like so the way the trust apparently goes, it's either I reach a certain age, marriage is in there, somehow I die and become the Antichrist impersonation. That's how she's taking it, because she knows she's not Jesus Christ. There's another one like almost like a marriage, in like an arranged marriage situation that
this is a fight you're looking at.
Well, the worst part is she looks at the arranged marriage and it's to somebody she's known has been dead for the last 10 years.
And this is the thing, is as you're looking at it, you also see you actually see witnesses on this contract. Okay. So one of them is just actually listed as
the dead guy.
No.
Oh, no.
It's Oddfellow, obviously.
No, I wasn't even good.
It is Colin Smith.
Good one there. No.
You've got, so of course it's your dad's and your mum's signatures, but then there's witnesses to this. Okay. And you're in your brain, you're going, I didn't know we knew aristocracy, because there's one that's called Lord Wraith. Okay.
And
he's done it where you're looking at it like it's silvery ink.
Princess Isabella de Castile.
You F off, let me finish. Right. The next one in an icy Sherman and blue ink is Queen Mab. There. And then in the golden green shimmer ink is the name Aurora.
Fantastic.
the thing is, Asra has no clue who these people are.
Oh, no. Also, when they're talking about like your 24th birthday, it doesn't seem to be based on your 24th birthday as your calendar. It seems to be on also the moon, the passage of the moon. So it might actually be based on lunar calendar movement.
Apparently, underneath the paragraph of me being the Antichrist, it states my 24th birthday there. So apparently it resets.
Well, this is the thing you're looking at, and you're just seeing quite a few of these actual, a lot of these actual clauses, a lot of them have not passed for various reasons. Okay, but you do notice that there is a forfeiture clause if none of the actual events were to pass for some reason. Okay, and it's actually kind of clear that we're not just talking about you yourself will not get a hold of your inheritance. It's your entire family fortune is forfeited.
Oh boy.
So
Is
the
this
entire,
like a
yeah.
So this is a loophole and a loophole and a loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm actually blocking somebody's face on my screen, so I'm not paying attention to them because I know what they're doing.
I just don't want to give any ideas or give my suspicions or do a thing, so I'm gonna just stop.
No. That's why I'm not looking at you. I'm like actually blocking you on my screen.
Yep.
I'm actually doing the cross over you, Carlos. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Asher's looking at all this. The only thing the normal one of turning 24 that doesn't look good for her family. Basically, there's something about the trust that'll break when she turns 24. But she doesn't know. There's nothing else in the contract that makes sense of how she keeps it because all of it makes no sense to her. And definitely she doesn't want to go finding that dead person because that's Natalie's brother. Yeah. She's still trying to figure out how, like, Natalie's brother who died a decade ago, why he would be in this, because he was still alive. He would be about 65. So yeah, no.
Sugar
It
daddy.
looks weird.
Sugar grandpa.
So I think we're confirming Natalie is the baby in her family.
Yes. Natalie is the youngest. So Natalie is 23. No, she's 21. So she is the baby of her family. Natalie's got 3 siblings. All of them had died randomly. Like they died of weird reasonings. Her
dad's had a few marriages, and there's also been, the people joking that about her family is like her dad's basically Henry the Eighth. There, it's like it's like divorced, beheaded, died.
All his wives look
joke.
like they are the same woman.
Oh yeah. That's
they all look like
joke.
the same woman. So that doesn't make sense. Also, the randomness of the siblings' deaths. One died by a plane crash. One died in a mental institution. Another one got killed at a theater. But their things were covered up. But they don't know what caused it. They just said they were accidents and random. But the fact that the brother is on this paper doesn't make sense because he would have been literally my own grandfather. Like he's older than my parents. And her dad doesn't look like he's past, like hasn't even passed the age of like 40.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that's commented there. Natalie's dad. People are still asking her, who the fuck does your work, right?
Yeah.
You need to tell us there.
So, and the last time I saw them was literally 10 years ago. So that's why I looked at it.
Yeah, so no, how long would you say you are actually looking at this?
Not that much longer. Like I said, I'm looking for the Oddfellows, but again,
So
cell phone did come out. She did take pictures of what she saw, but she's gonna continue to what she's doing.
Okay. You do come across the name Oddfellow, and you come across their card, but it's against a name for other business, and you've heard this name described before, which is like a rival business that has at times tried to talk to your dad about doing cooperative ventures, but he's always refused there because the way he says it, we might have had their discussion about what we share in common is not enough to bridge the gap. Okay, for us to work together is the way he presented it. And the name that you're seeing is actually Slatherman Enterprises.
That's not good.
Yeah, your dad has he's going, look, yeah, he's a businessman, but I will not cross the road to shake that man. He's basically made it clear, I will not shake that man's hand, even if he was the one that could actually save the family business there.
So, as Astra looks at it, so her family has no ties whatsoever with Oddfellows.
No.
Well, that's a good thing. In Asher's mind, that's a good thing.
Yep.
But that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So Asher knows she's not supposed to do this, but she's going to anyway because she's already spent the fate point in it.
What you do?
Asher's gonna pull up the visitation logs at the hospital and see who else they've ever visited, and if they're alive or deceased.
Oh, you want to see if there's any other visitations
from Oddfellow, from Wooster, or Frog,
right?
And if these people are still alive or deceased,
right? So you come up. So you actually find when you're pulling up the hospital records, you find that attorneys for this company were actually representing people that were, being held in custody by the police because they had came into hospital with gunshot wounds. There.
Okay.
When you're looking at it, like you can get an indication that they're suggesting that they think that the individuals are victims of violent, potentially were either the perpetrators getting involved in gang fights. Okay. And it's just when you're looking at when you're looking at the hospital records and there's some of the discussions, you recognize when you're pulling up also the hospital records, pulling up the photos, you recognize some of the tattoos and you realize, oh, those are Voodoo boys. that are actually getting seen to. So you've got criminal, you've got gangbangers that have got high flight lawyers seeing them.
Yeah, but the biggest correlation is what was that woman to the Voodoo Boys? So again, it doesn't make any sense. Yes, they only come into that hospital for the Voodoo Boys. Makes sense. But this woman doesn't look like the typical MO.
No. When you're looking at it, what you're finding was she was a victim of a vicious attack. There. She had, the reports were advising that she had extensive bite marks. There looks like she was suffering from severe anemia because of blood loss there. Again, when you're looking at this report for Agatha, like the discussion there is, despite your attempt, despite, them giving her blood transfusions, iron deposits and all that, she constantly kept advising for the day after getting treated that she was still, feeling dehydrated, even though that she was being given fluids and all that. That was like the last comment, and you can notice that, the discussion about the person that actually maybe getting a specialist in to have a look at it was like the last thing that got noted, about an hour before the incident that occurred at the hospital.
So yes, she's looking through it, but it doesn't make sense because if all of the patients at the hospital before her were all Voodoo Boys.
Yeah.
She comes in as a complete accident. I'm wondering if she wasn't supposed to come to this hospital. So she's going to check the ambulance logs to see if she accidentally got transferred from a different hospital.
When you look at it, no, that's not been the case.
She was not detoured to that hospital by accident.
No, it was the nearest, based on her injuries, that was the nearest hospital. Best hospital to get her to. As determined by the EMTs.
So Asra thinks that she shouldn't have been there.
But the only thing that you're looking over the earlier notes, and you actually see a side note where the doctor's saying, we might also want to schedule, site consultation for the patient, as she would, initially talking about being attacked by someone with very long teeth there. And, stating that whoever attacked was heavily burned. And the only thing that she remembers was the red eyes. So they're advising, maybe a site consult because she's purely been for a traumatic event.
But she would have been moved.
Oh, she was in that. She was still being dealt with ICU first because she wasn't stabilized.
They would have been able to stabilize her on the psych ward.
That was the thing. They were wanting to stabilize her there with everything else that was going on. So they hadn't even gotten around to doing the psych, getting her into the psych.
Again, Astra's looking at this. None of this is making sense.
Sometimes it's not meant to make sense.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah. Right. I think we're going to come to one more scene because I know someone was, advising that they've got a poker night tonight. Looking at you, Stephen, and you're going to need to get ready for that. So
it's a matter of going to the bathroom and then leaving. Yeah. So I have 25 minutes.
Fair enough.
25.
Yeah. So the three of you are,
with Calista?
Yeah, potentially, find yourself on the pavement looking at this skyscraper that towers over in the central area, in the central downtown of New Orleans. When you're looking at it, you will find that
I can see my house from here.
Yeah, because you're just one skyscraper down from this place. So you're looking at the actual. You're looking up. Walk, as you're all looking up and you're just waiting you're just trying to figure out how you're going to approach this. You see another figure walk up. You find Detective Bayou steps right next to you. And you're all looking up at the skyscraper.
Greetings, Detective. What brings you here?
I think the detective's asleep.
Yeah,
she might not actually be there. She might have fallen asleep.
All right.
So she comes up. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are you there?
All three of us are first. Four of us now. What a coincidence. What brings you here?
The four amigos are back together.
I have I'm working on a case. I can't really get into the details.
You have an appointment.
Do you need an appointment when you're a detective?
Yeah, but we have.
Generally, yes.
Here's the question, gentlemen. Have you actually called to make an appointment?
Mr. Allard.
This is where yeah, I'm going to come up with a new name.
You could still stay with them. You're just seeing one of them.
No, what's his name? Mr. Mason.
Perry?
Yeah.
Perry Mason.
P. Mason at your service.
P. Mason, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. P. Mason.
Yeah.
And his 5 associates.
He builds bricks out of urine. Yes, he's a P. Mason.
I'm sorry.
No.
That was too funny. Continue.
No. Right. All right. So, Mr. P. Mason, right? So, Mr. P. Mason, you're time.
Yeah. Have you arranged our meeting, Barry?
He goes, yeah. Well, he walks up to you and he's going, oh. They're all, well, I'm kind of confused, but so are they about the fact that I couldn't give a bit more information on what you were wanting to talk to them about, but the fact that it's you, of course they're interested. Is there anything more you can give me here, Mr. Allard?
I'm more looking towards their reaction when we show up. There's not any, I don't think there's any specific information we're likely to find, but my colleagues here, with the exception of the detective, have come across this firm as a potential source of the information that we need.
The issue that you may have is if the information they're looking for is about their clients, of course they can't discuss their clients. That's their confidentiality.
I understand that.
Well, it just so happens that Miss Calista here is a representative of the fine New Orleans Police Department.
Yeah, and she will need a warrant for the information.
Before it gets to a warrant, I think we just want to find out about a Mr. Hernandez, a victim that was hired by the law firm. Isn't that right, Miss Calista? This way you can meet with the Oddfellows and them.
And he's not a client. He was an employee.
There we go.
And employees are not covered by client privilege.
Yes, there's no lawyer-employee privilege.
They're still privileged because they're attorneys. But actually, this is in relation to a murder. I guess now there's two.
At least.
But no, this is I can't go into the details. I really do need to talk to Attorney Oddfellow.
Well, we got an appointment and you got the law badge. I'm just suggesting we work together. That's all.
Mr. Michigan goes, well, if you want to talk to Oddfellow, you're in the wrong place. Yeah, this is his office, but last time I checked, he hasn't been seen in the offices in about a year.
Here?
Yeah, it's his associates that really are running the show at the moment. If you're wanting to talk to Oddfellow, you're wanting. Give me a second. Where was he?
Well, that's no point. Whoever hired our guy is who we want to talk to. If our guy is hired by Mr. Wooster and Frog, then let's talk to them.
Oh, they'll probably be in there. Can I highlight it's Miss Frog? There is a. Last time I checked, she was a lady, even if she doesn't act like one.
I mean, that is our business here, right, guys? That's what we're going up with?
Yes. Sorry, that's what Froggy wrote.
To be clear, Mrs. Calista, representative of New Orleans' finest. This firm hired somebody to follow one of us, and now he's dead. So we want to find out why. And you're helping us, right? That way, once you help us get in through the door and use you then you could ask all your questions about some other murder, right? Is this related? Well, tell me. Or not tell me, I don't know.
You see Calista have a faraway look like she's calculating. And she calls in to her partner. Well, no, he's on administrative leave right now.
Yep.
You want to just pick up your phone and make some phone calls or what?
Yeah, because I need more information on that case before I can, but within like 2 minutes, she gets her information. She turns around and it's like, yes, yes, that's exactly right. Now that I have all the information on that, but I do need to know you were saying.
We're all talking outside. We're all talking outside of the building before we go up and talk to anybody. But we have an actual lawyer here on our side. We're having this conversation, so please continue.
Oh. Well, no, he was saying that Oddfellow has been
Yeah,
gone for a year.
where is Oddfellow?
Oh yeah, Oddfellow.
never told me.
Oh yeah. Last time I heard it, you're more likely to find him at the New Orleans Country Club.
Oh, I thought you were going to say an asylum, but
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Guy is starting to become certifiable, but probably will be his next destination, but not at the moment. There.
Okay.
well, we
So
can always check on him later.
I put that in the back of my head because I need to speak to him specifically, but I'll help
Uh-huh.
because now I know there's another murder.
I can get you into the country club without any issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we scratch your back, you
Member
scratch our
number
back,
1,
yeah?
4, 5, 6, 7.
I was thinking a lower number, but okay.
Okay.
No. The lower number is when you go alone. The higher number is when you put a company. You have
Okay.
several memberships.
We have
Obviously.
5 minutes. Let's get to a cliffhanger. I'm anticipating this.
Mhm.
Oh, you knew like the top of the skyscraper. Okay. Dangling Wooster off of the side of the building. Oh, sorry. No, that was a bad idea. To mention around a cop.
No. So you're entering the lift. You know, the 4 of you with Mr. Mason. And the lift's, after kind of consulting, he goes, yeah, it's the 30th. And you slowly but surely you're going up, up, up. This is when we're going to cut to somewhere else, and it's just going to go with.
The elevator music. Dun, 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 dun,
There is basically
All right.
in another room, just from a camera
Unaware
watching
to
you
us.
all in the elevator. There's voices going. Damn those voodoo boys! They've brought too much attention with that bloody shootout. Yeah, the clients. Now they're clear, we need to clean up the evidence. And they go, what are you doing? Well, it'll be too messy if we deal with them here. Send them on their way and we can let an asset deal with them instead. Anyway, that's as it did say, he's got a new child that needs feeding. I'd say a 5-course meal looks quite delicious. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight, folks.
Why do I think I'm going to need a new lawyer?
Fantastic.
Mr. Side, Mr. Ironside.
Mr. Side. Mr. Side Dish.
It's Michael Ironside, but he goes by Side, and his middle initial is D.
Decide.
Decide.
All right. This was fantastic. I'm just taking notes before I forget.
Honestly, the most fun in this game is coming up with these names.
Yeah.
Is what?
Coming up with these names.
Yes. All right.
Yes, we're going to get eaten. Eatons, drinkins, and be merrians. Oh,
Is there a game next week?
Right. So the way my work schedule is looking like, maybe not, because I am working Saturday until 6:30 my time.
And the game starts at 7 your time.
My time. So if I get caught on the call, then definitely not. Yeah.
Right. So I shall be prepared to run a Stellar Conflicts next week.
Be prepared, yep.
I will be prepared, and if just in case you manage to quit on time and
Yeah,
manage to make it, we can continue from the cliffhanger here.
exactly.
On
Well, we're
other
not really on a
news,
cliff. We're in an elevator hangar.
yeah.
Mhm.
On other news, the 22nd, I make no guarantees of being able to be anywhere. So 20 seconds is after.
You may not exist.
Yes, I make no guarantees of being able to be anywhere.
Yeah, you'll be in that white area with the gatekeeper.
Again,
I'll
no
probably-
guarantees.
I may be unavailable on the 29th.
Okay.
Mhm.
But either
Dang it.
way, I
They're gonna get-
should be available on 29th, so
We'll find. We'll work out.
Find out.
we'll work it out.
We'll work on
So you'll know.
You can just maybe having more conversations with the Dragon of Nolans later. That's all.
My
I might eat you.
So are my removing the 22nd from the schedule?
Yeah, do remove it. I'm
Okay.
not gonna be able to stream anything, and I don't think anyone else wants to do that either way.
Okay.
Or do you want to
Alrighty.
play without me? I don't mind.
Delete occurrence.
it
Yeah,
would
finally
require my
come-
computer behaving to help us.
So okay, we'll just have a break week.
I might not be here on the 29th. It really depends on my leg.
So you
We'll
and I
see.
are both like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably then those 2 days are probably going to be off anyway. Then.
Well, if
We'll
you're
see about the
available,
29th.
Or
Sean, if you're
maybe another
available on
game.
if you're available for the 29th, it could always be Stellar Conflicts.
Yeah.
Just have to get you a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
See you later. Enjoy yourselves.
Bonus gumbo.
Bonus combo, folks.
Well, this
Gumbo.
gumbo. Me too. Gimme.